Sci Access, May 10, 2024. Making the Touch the Universe Tactile exhibition available at any museum in Japan. Dr. Kumiko Usuda Sato.
Hi, aloha. I am Kumiko Usuda Sato. I am a Japanese astronomer or outreach scientist working at the Subaru Telescope, NAOJ, National Astronomical Observatory of Japan in Hawaii. So I'm living in Hawaii now. And my pronoun is she, her. And allow me, my English has a Japanese accent. On behalf of the Touch the Universe project member, I will present the dissemination of tactile exhibitions and expansion of the national network of inclusive astronomy in Japan. First, let me introduce myself, focusing on inclusive astronomy. I worked at NAOJ, National Astronomical Observatory Japan, headquarters in Tokyo, Japan, for 8 years until 2021. So 2019, I went to Ohio State University to attend Sci Access in person, and I'm happy to attend in 2020 Sci Access online when I was in Japan. So the NAOJ headquarters is partially open to the public, and we developed a guidebook, Braille and enlarged letter version. We developed a guidebook with blind people and an expert in tactile maps. The top left image shows a guidebook. We also developed an audio guide in Japanese and English and Japanese Sign Language videos. The top right image shows a video of a sign language guide. We created the videos with deaf people and sign language interpreters. This person is my deaf friend who worked with me. Please scan the QR code and enjoy the audio and sign language guide anytime, anywhere. I am also a member of the IAU, International Astronomical Union, Astronomy for Equity and Inclusion Working Group. The working group collected astronomy words in sign language in different countries and languages. So astronomy words like the sun, earth, the moon, Jupiter, and so on. I worked with deaf people and sign language interpreters to collect astronomy words in Japanese Sign Language. Please see the IAU press release for more details. We also developed tactile models of Subaru Telescope using a 3D printer. Subaru is an 8.2 meter or 27 feet optical infrared telescope near the summit of Mauna Kea, Hawaii. This is where I'm working now. We created two types of the model. The detailed version on the left image is for sighted people and blind people who have excellent haptic observing skills. And the simplified version on the right is for students at blind schools who are learning how to touch samples and tactile models in science classes. And if you are interested in our Subaru Telescope models, please visit our website. You can download freely of the 3D printable files, I mean SDA files. And we also published a paper in CAP journal. And developing the Subaru Telescope models were the very beginning of the Touch the Universe project. Okay, so let me introduce the Touch the Universe project. There are various tactile 3D models in the world. Plus, we developed tactile models of the Subaru Telescope, as I introduced before. With the telescope models, we held the first Touch the Universe exhibition at Tactus Museo, the tactile museum of Japan Braille Library in Tokyo, Japan. The right image is a poster of the exhibition in 2018. Then, Akashi Municipal Planetarium outside of Tokyo contacted us, and we started working together to hold a similar exhibition in 2019. Then we recognized possible barriers for museums to hold an inclusive tactile exhibition. Though there are many tactile resources, and for many of them, 3D printable files are downloadable. However, many museum staff members do not have experiences using a 3D printers. Using a 3D printer may be a barrier for museum staff. In addition, many museum staff members do not have enough experiences to communicate with blind and low vision people. This is why we started the Touch the Universe project to break the barrier for museum staff members in Japan. And we won the grant from the Japan Science Museum Association in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. The PI, primary investigator of this project, is Yasuhito Suzuki from Akashi Municipal Planetarium. Using the grant, we created a whole set of the Touch the Universe tactile exhibition like the one held at Akashi in 2019 in these images, with tactile models and images, with description panels. We already completed the phase 1 at the end of March 2021. Now, as phase 2, many science museums are holding tactile exhibitions with a whole set, and we are trying to expand the national network among museum staff to share resources and exchange experiences. We are also developing an official website for this project. Next, let me explain the phase 1. The original project team members consist of 5 people from 4 institutions. I, Kumiko, is from NAOJ Observatory, National Observatory. NAOJ is a research institute, and we can provide 3D models of celestial bodies and the models of the Subaru telescope. The lower left shows the 3D models of the 2 asteroids, Ryugu and Itokawa. Japanese spacecraft went to them and was successful in sample return. So asteroids, Ryugu, Itokawa are very famous asteroids in Japan. A NAOJ researcher created these asteroid models at the same scale using the latest surface topography data. Kawashima works at the Japan Braille Library. Japan Braille Library is an expert of the blind and low vision. They provide know-how and tips for developing tactile exhibition and communicating with people with visual impairment. Suzuki and Inoue are planetarians at Akashi Municipal Planetarium, and Goko is a science communicator at Sendai Astronomical Observatory. The 2 are science museums outside of Tokyo. They are experts in communicating astronomy with the public, and they are already communicating with people with diverse disabilities. They also work with local governments to expand the network in their cities. Even after I moved back to Hawaii in 2021, we have a Zoom meeting every 2 months. Last year, 4 new members joined our team. This image shows a Zoom meeting last year or this year. Watanabe, another staff of Japan Braille Library, Adachi from Miyazaki Science Center, Nodera from Kurobe Yoshida Science Museum, and Tampo from Kyoto University. Adachi held the Touch the Universe exhibition at his science center, and he is sharing his experiences and tips with other science museums and planetariums. Nodera creates his original tactile models with a 3D printer and shows them at his science museum. Tampo is a member of Astronomical Sign Language Working Group member with me. He is passionate to inclusive astronomy. Adding more active members into the project is the very first step to expand a national network of inclusive astronomy in Japan. We also have collaborators inside and outside of Japan. A Touch of the Universe is an international project for a tactile astronomy kit. Amelia Ortiz Hill from the Valencia University, Spain, provided 3D printable files and additional information online. Using their files, we created the 3D models of the Moon and Mars shown in the top left image. Universe in the Box is an educational kit of the European Universe Awareness. Pedro Russo from Leiden University, Netherlands, provided the boxes to International Astronomical Union, Office for Astronomy Outreach, IAU-OAO, located at NAOJ headquarters in Tokyo. Lina Canas, the former director of IAU-OAO, kindly donated one set of the planet balls. With the Japan Braille Library supervision, we put each small ball in a transparent bag and added a printed and Braille label on it, shown in the top right. Professor Shinmine Shige from Kyoto University, Japan, and his collaborators, including me, developed tactile images of the Moon, Jupiter, and other celestial bodies using the bumpy dots, and published multimodal astronomy textbooks. We borrowed some of tactile images shown in the bottom images. So these are the 3D tactile models in the exhibition set. From the top left to lower right, Earth to asteroids, Ryugu and Itokawa, the Moon, Mars, and the two Subaru telescope models. Each model has a description panel, like the top right, with both printed and Braille letters. We also added tips about how to touch and understand the models. The exhibition set also includes the scale model of the planets of the solar system. The top image shows the handmade model by Akashi Municipal Planetarium. The knots of the rope represent the location of the sun and each planet. Each knot has a printed and Braille label. The bottom image shows the relative size of the planets with printed and Braille labels. Each small planet ball is in a transparent bag, so visitors do not lose them. We recorded welcome message by Mr. Nagaoka, the director of Japan Braille Library. He is blind, and he is a perfect person to send the welcome message. Next, let me explain the phase 2. The Touch the Universe tactile exhibition are held across Japan. Now, the Japan Science Museum Association maintains the whole set of Touch the Universe exhibition. And using its free rental system, museums affiliated with the association can borrow the set for free and hold their own tactile exhibition. This is the Touch the Universe exhibition set shown on the website of Japan Science Museum Association. Sorry, it is written in Japanese only. The free rental exhibition set seems very popular among science museums. This set has been fully booked from late 2021 to end of the last fiscal year, or even this fiscal year, 2024. In the 3 years, a total of 70 museums have rented the set and held the special exhibition. Some museums held for about 1 month, while others held for over 2 months. This map shows the location of museums that held the exhibition. From north to southwest of Japan, we have a good geographic distribution. So this is Tokyo, and the Japan Braille Library and our NAOJ headquarters are in Tokyo. And Akashi Municipal Planetarium is in Hyogo Prefecture, the western area of Japan. And in the next 2 slides, I will show the report from Miyazaki Science Center in the western area of Japan and Sendai Astronomical Observatory in northeast of Japan. The first report is from the Miyazaki Science Center. On the first day of special exhibition, a blind person visited with a guide dog and enjoyed touching models shown in the left image. Sighted people, such as mother and child shown in the right image, also enjoyed touching the models and communicating with each other. In the set, we included infrared motion activated speakers. When a person stands in front of a model, the speaker detects the person and starts speaking automatically. We pre-recorded audio guides for some models. Miyazaki Science Center staff members found these speakers are very helpful within limited human power. The idea was introduced by Japan Braille Library. The second report is from Sendai Astronomical Observatory. One of our project members, Goko, works at this observatory, and she was very excited to hold the exhibition at her own museum. As shown in the left image, all the tactile models were aligned in one line, and at the end of the line, the welcome message by the director of the Japan Braille Library was shown. The exhibition was very successful. A staff member received a comment from a mother of the blind child, saying that, "I had given up on bringing my blind daughter to a science museum, but today, this tactile exhibition broadened our world." On the other hand, a trouble occurred on the moon tactile model. It split into two. The staff member fixed it with glue, but we recognize that a tactile exhibition network to share experiences and tips of problem solving is necessary. As shown in the right image, Braille explanation is good enough, but support for low vision people who cannot read Braille is not enough. We have to improve this problem by adding large letter explanation. This fiscal year, starting April 2024, 5 museums plan to hold a tactile exhibition with longer term, like almost 3 months. Now, at Star Culture Museum Fukuoka, the very western area of Japan, is holding the Touch Universe. This poster is the Touch Universe exhibition by Star Culture Museum in Fukuoka. So at last, let me introduce what we are doing now. So we are now developing an official website, and hopefully we will open very soon. And we are planning to including the following contents. Number 1, about the project, who we are, introducing tactile models in the exhibition set, participating museum, and in which museum are now being held the tactile exhibition. Number 2, resources, such as other tactile exhibitions and events at various science museums not related to the Touch the Universe project, and available tactile models and images inside and outside of Japan. Number 3, tips for communicating astronomy with diverse people. In summary, the Touch the Universe project, the Touch the Universe whole exhibition set is very popular and successful in Japan. It can break a barrier for museum staff to hold a tactile exhibition. It can also broaden the world for both the museum staff and blind people. Through the feedback from museums, we recognize that we need to establish a network among science museums that have held and that plan to hold tactile exhibitions to share experiences, resources, and tips. As a first step, 4 new members joined our team, and we will expand the network. We are also developing a website to disseminate information of exhibition and inclusive astronomy in general. And we are also developing a website to disseminate information of the exhibition. Among the project members, we discuss how to improve the exhibition and what's next. We are now brainstorming a new event using tactile models and our network. My talk is that's all. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kumiko. I also just wanted to acknowledge, as you said earlier in your talk, in 2019 at the inaugural SciAccess conference, Kumiko joined us at Ohio State in Columbus, coming all the way from Japan. And I think she won for furthest traveled that year for the inaugural conference. So it's so wonderful to have you back and to see how your work has grown and advanced after all these years. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much, and I'm so happy to collaborate with you. So I went to Ohio State University in 2018, early 2019, and November 2019, we held the very first IAU symposium related to astronomy for inclusion. And Anna came to NEOJ headquarters in Tokyo, and we met together. And in 2020, I had a chance to report about our IAU symposium at SciAccess 2020. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We do have a couple questions here for you. First off, just a lot of wonderful comments in the chat. Christopher shares, this is brilliant and should be copied by other space and science organizations across the world. It is so simple but effective. Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you so much. So our target is science communicators who work at the science museum and the planetarium. So our goal is increase the number of science communicators who are happy to communicate with people, various diverse disabilities.
Thank you. In the Q&A, Adrian asks, great to see how this work has been developing since 2019. Are there any planned collaborations with JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency, perhaps presentations of the exhibit at JAXA centers?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for comment. Yeah, we will try to access JAXA too. Actually, now we are working with Japan Science Museum Association and some planetarium networks, but we want to definitely include JAXA. Actually, I have some science communicator in JAXA, and at the beginning, I introduced sign language project. This one. So I am a member of Astronomical Sign Language Working Group. It already closed in Japan, but one member is a deaf person working at JAXA. So we definitely want to connect to JAXA. Thank you so much for the excellent comment.
Thank you so much. And a question here from Rick, who asks if Japanese Sign Language looks anything like Japanese writing.
Good question. I am not familiar with Japanese Sign Language, but if my understanding is correct, there are two orders of words. So you know, different from English, Japanese have a different order. For example, in English, I am Kumiko, but in Japanese, Kumiko am. This is the correct order in Japanese. And Japanese Sign Language, for deaf people who lost hearing, who had experience of hearing Japanese language, the sign language interpreter select the order, the same order as Japanese oral language. But for the deaf-born people, sign language interpreter chose different order. This is my understanding. Did I answer your question?
I believe so. Thank you. Great.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the questions it looks like I have for you right now. So thank you so much for joining today and for
Yeah.
sharing all the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you so much. Please keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Sci Access. Learn more at www.sciaccess.org.